Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of PC Building Simulator. We have a couple jobs here today, and then I already bought some parts for the next day as well, which I'll show you here. So today we're going to be working on the overheating one. So they wanted 5 of the Arctic Bionics F140 green, and then also install water cooling for CPU, but not for the GPU, but then these have to be overclocked, which I did find some parts which are either over this or at this, so we won't have any problems there. And then I did buy also, this one looks like they cleaned their motherboard. They thought it was dirty, cleaned it with a Hoover, which is very idiotic to do. Has the CPU broken or something? So I ended up buying a CPU just in case it was that. It might be the motherboard as well, but we'll have to look. And then another build for custom water cooling on the CPU and GPU. I just went with standard parts. We're not going to do lights on those ones on the next business day. So yeah, we'll get it going here. So we have this one, which is the upgrade, and then we have the build here for table 2. And I have a build, so I got to make sure it's Thomas for this one. Alright, so this one should be relatively simple. What we're doing is we're gonna be installing 5 of the um, uh, case fans, if you would. So we're gonna put probably about 3 up here. I think would fit. We'll just sell this one. So we wanted the green in color. So that's what he's gonna get here. Sorry, I don't think it was. Keep saying him. I think it's a girl, Mona. Alright, so we're gonna have to put some back here, and I can't because this is in the way. Awesome. So we're gonna have to take that off, take that off. You have to remove the back side, I believe. Why is this not? Oh, there we go. Alrighty. So basically, actually I don't think I needed to remove that, but it's okay. Just getting rid of these. Yeah. So we should be able to get the case fans in here now. And actually, I think what we're gonna have to do is move the. I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. So we're gonna have to reinstall one of the hard drive shelves down at the bottom here. One of the drive bays, hopefully. There we go. Actually, we'll put it back up at the top. So basically what we needed to do was, it was in the way, so we can actually add these back in. I thought we weren't going to be able to because there wasn't enough room, but that's not the case here. So we'll put these back. I think that was all of them, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Put the dust filter back here. And then the front panel. The top panel. The side. Oh, actually, let's put this back in before we forget. And we will reinstall this here. We will get the one side panel back in here. And then we can rewire, well, not rewire, we actually have to wire these case fans. Let's see here. Pretty sure these are all, yeah, they're going to be like kind of daisy chained on some of these, which is fine. That's what I would do in real life. Let's see here. And this this one can daisy chain to here. And that should be good, so we'll fire it up here. Make sure those are all working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So that one is good. We will drop that one off there. And we'll get going on this build here. So again, I like to do the 1200 watt power supply when we have extra components in the machine. So we'll put that there. We'll get the mount back on here. Go with the hard drive next. Then the motherboard. I ended up just going with this Asus here. Had to go with a coffee-like socket CPU, so have to go with this Asus motherboard. It's pretty big, as you can see. Fills up almost the entire inside of the machine. No big deal though. I mean, wasn't all that more expensive than just a regular Mortoni M-Tech. So we'll get the processor in here. Alright, so that takes care of the overclock on that one. Don't have to worry about it. And just a reminder for those just tuning in, if you haven't seen my earlier episodes, I'm not very fluent in overclocking, so basically I just have to learn how to overclock. I tried my hand at it when I first started this, and all I do is get the blue screen of death when I try to make sure that it's stable, like a stable connection and whatnot. So if I can become more fluent, maybe down the road I'll do some actual overclocking, but for now we're not gonna attempt. And I got some ADATA 4GB sticks, just a couple of them there. And we'll get this wired in here. Actually, I shouldn't have bought that. It's okay though. Before I forget, actually, let me switch over to the water cooling menu. Alright, so we'll get this wired up here, or these components wired up. And then basically I'm going to go into the water cooling menu at that point because we actually need all the components in there without switching back. And actually, before I forget, also I gotta take off this front panel and remove the one case fan because the radiator does not fit. So we'll take this out. We'll just sell it off real quick, not a big deal. I think it's only like $3 we get. I don't really care. Could put it on PCBay because it's basically brand new, but I'm not going to worry about it. And then we'll go into the custom water cooling menu here. Alright, so I did do lights on this one, RGB. Whatever it powers up at, we'll just probably leave it at that. We'll let the customer choose their color. Get the CPU block here. And I'm looking over at what we have to do. Everything's in green for the overclocking, which is very good. Don't have to deal with it. Get this wired up here, cabled up. Then we need the piping. And this one is just going to be... Oops, I did that wrong again. Let's see if I can do this. Oh. Go back in here. Did the wrong thing. So we'll go to the pipes here. And then we're gonna go... I don't think this is gonna let me, yeah. So we'll have to go here. Oops. Here to here. From here to here. And then back, hopefully. Perfect. Alright, and then the coolant, we'll just do clear coolant again. Actually, you know what? Let's change it up. Let's do black. So we'll let that go in there. get a USB drive so we can get the operating system installed. Let's see. There we go. Oh, front panel before I forget. Come on. There we go. And then the side panel back on. And we're gonna just install the lighting package. Not sure how it works, if they dock you or not. I've never tested it, but I don't want to find out. Don't want to lose any stars on my rating. I have a 5-star rating going right now, so just make sure it's installed for the customer so there's no complaints. And alright, so it's good to go. Everything's lit up. We'll put that out here. We'll collect on these here real quick. Alright, so we got 5 stars on that one, which is awesome. And then we got 5 stars on that one. The new PC they built is good. Just good? I think it's excellent, in my opinion. Alrighty here, so we're gonna have to go to the next day to get those ones. And then, I'll show you real quick actually before we end the day. We'll turn off the lights, get everything ready. So on the PC day, one day went by, so right now we're at 168, so 1 bid. That'll go up tomorrow, or the next business day in the game. So we'll shut that down here. And we'll jump into the next day here. Okay, and we're back for the next day here. So we'll flip on the lights, we'll get our parts that we ordered. And so on these 2 jobs, we're gonna actually, before I get into it, because there's always the one PC Bay email I like to clear out. Upgrade required. We'll see which one of these we're gonna do. Let's see. Oh, they're mining now. Mona's mining now. Alright, so repairs need done. So that one's this one. And then we have this build, which I just did the standard water cooling for the CPU and GPU. So no lights on that one, so we'll jump in here. And I can't remember. Alright, so they think it was the CPU. It seems a bit dusty inside. Where's the dust? I do not see dust. This must be a glitch. Alright, so let's fire her up here. And actually, she's not going to fire up, so basically what this means is it's probably the motherboard too, which is not a big deal. We'll just same day delivery it. So we'll get that. Let's see here. Alright, was it the CPU though? Oh, see, it wasn't the CPU. So basically we can just sell this back off, not a big deal. That could actually go towards the motherboard that's needed. Oops. Go back out here. So this looks like green cabling. We'll have to remember that to put it back the way we found it. Alright, we gotta get this all unplugged here. That unplugged, that unplugged, this unplugged. Move the graphics card. Let's just make sure everything else, so that's good. And then, where's that cable? There it is. I should have known basically that if the customer used a Hoover to clean the motherboard, that the motherboard would be broke as well. And but he's like, is it the CPU? So it kind of threw me off there. Not a big deal. Let's just double check. So yeah, we'll go back in here into the shop. And actually, before we do that, let's look at, so Asus, and then we'll type into the search here, Asus, And then that way we can figure out, based on the inventory of what we have, here it is right here, yikes, $300. So this is going to be $400. I mean, obviously we have to do it, because I like to get everything done as soon as possible. Alright, so we'll go back in here, sell off the broken one, put this one back in here. And then we'll get the components reinstalled here. Or, like the components meaning the, oh, that one stays open, I guess. Okay. So we'll put the RAM back in. We'll get this opened here. We'll get the processor back in here. Close that up. Close that up. Then we'll paste it up. Let's see, the cooling was up here. We'll duck out of that. And then the graphics card here. And then we had the green cabling, so I don't forget. I think it was this one. Hopefully this does the trick here. So this cabling takes a while, so we'll see you back when we get the cabling done. Okay, so we got this all wired back up. We'll boot it up here. And hopefully that did the trick. Actually, what else? There's something else broken? Oh, it's glitching out because where's the dust? There is no dust. It's saying it's a bit dusty inside, but we're just gonna have to roll with it because I don't know, it's just a glitch. I mean, you guys can see there's no dust whatsoever in here. The dust filter's clean, everything looks clean. I just don't understand. We're probably gonna get docked on that, unfortunately. Yeah, we're gonna definitely get docked on this. I wish there was a way to figure it out. Wonder if could it be something on the top, possibly? Open case before cleaning. Oops. I really don't understand. That doesn't look dusty. Just don't understand where the dust is. So, we're gonna have to probably get docked on this one. And unfortunately, don't like that the game is glitchy like that, but I haven't had many glitches. I mean, up to level 24, that's like one of the very first glitches I've seen. We'll just have to see what happens. Right, this one's just a normal build with a water-cooled CPU and GPU. Alright, so we're gonna get this going here. I just did standard cheap stuff that I could find. So we'll see here. I did 2 sticks of RAM, 4 gigs each, just so we don't forget that. And then I just did a i3 6300 again, like the previous episode. So we got thermal paste there. So we'll get this all connected. Don't worry about that case fan. Well, this one's gonna get green wires because I'm already on the option, so if they want to change it out afterwards, be my guest. I'm a little bit angry because that other PC, I mean, there's no dust. Like, I guess I could rip the whole entire machine apart to see if the dust will get removed, but I mean, that's just ridiculous that I would have to do that. So I'm not going to. Let's see here. So we'll go to the custom water cooling menu. We'll get this one in here. We will get the reservoir. And again, I didn't go with the RGB, so this is just the standard stuff. No lights on this. The CPU block here. And then we need the water-cooled GPU. And then we'll get this wired up here. This goes there, this goes up here, and then the not the reservoir, the radiator. I just realized I said the mistake there. We will get the front panel back on because I always forget. Then we gotta go back to the coolant. We'll do clear blue UV on this one. Oh, I forgot. I have to do the piping first. Silly me. So we'll go there to there. We'll go here, up to here. We'll go here, down to here, out the other end, on the other side, back up. And then we'll do the clear UV. Alright, get the USB drive in here. Get the front panel back on. Alright, now we'll fire it up here. Alright, and that one's good to go. So now comes the painful part. We have to go down here, and we have to quit this one. We're gonna get 1 star. And I put on basically brand new gear, and they didn't even pay me for it. So, whatever, we'll just move on. This one I got 5 stars. So we did get docked a little bit up here. Part of the 5th star is gone, but it's still pretty good. We'll just have to work it back up. So yeah, that'll be it for this episode. Before we end the episode, though, I did want to mention... actually, there's a broken PC there, but it's... yeah, I'm just going to skip out on that one. So we're on the 2nd day here. There's 3 days remaining. We're up to 279. There's 3 bids. We paid like about $366, I believe, for it. Or I paid $366 for it. We'll see what happens at the end there as we get later on into the episodes. But yeah, we'll shut it down here, and that should be it for today. If you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you're new, and then hit the bell to turn on notifications for new uploads, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.